Good morning, everybody. So, when I got the Ciao Bella Aesop's Fable paper, I watched a Michelle McCarthy video where she did an exploding box so you don't have to not see your whole sheet of paper. And I want to try that for that paper, but I don't want to try it without first doing it. So, I thought this looks like something you want to see the whole picture of, maybe. So I got two other sheets of paper that are kind of coordinating. And this is from Country Kitchen by Cartabella. The other side is nothing I'm going to be worried about. Pretty sturdy paper. And I'm afraid the Chabella paper is not as sturdy. So you do want that paper to be your picture. So I needed something for matting, maybe. I might not mat, I'm not sure. And then something to make the box. And so I decided that the box is going to be made with red. The reason, I just thought there was a couple of them. First of all, the red straight up against looks good, but I thought the green, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe the green looked better, but the buildings are in red, so I figured we would build with the red. So what we're gonna do is we want it in fours, 3 sections of fours, because it's 12 by 12. So I'm gonna get my scoring tool, and I'm gonna score at 4 and at 8. And then I'm gonna turn it around this way, and I'm gonna score at 4 and at 8. Now remember, this is my trial. This is my trial, and it may not turn out, so I don't want you jumping on until we're sure that I'm doing this right. Now, she was saying you could do cutesy corners. You could just cut across the corners. Or you could just leave it the way it is. I'm leaving it the way it is. Okay, so we got our score lines, and I'm going to go ahead and score them. No particular reason. I mean, fold them. No reason other than to make sure I just want to make sure. I did think the red felt sturdier, even though I believe the paper's from the same company. Oh, look, there's a little crack. Sometimes it feels like I get the crack because of it's so dry here, even though with the air conditioner, it still just feels so dry here sometimes. So now I'm gonna cut from the outside to here. And I'm gonna do that one. And this one. I'm hoping this is right. I only seen her do it that one time, and it was a quick view. So I'm hoping that I have this right. So I'm basically doing like the windmill kind of cuts. Okay. Now when you fold, you have these that go in, right? Like that. And then when they lift the lid off, it opens up and there's the picture. So I think that worked. Now for the lid, and I didn't grab a sheet of paper for the lid, but I'm gonna stick with the same color. I have a smaller sheet. I think it should work. Maybe not. So I know it needs to be 4 at least. So I'm gonna do 4 and like an 1/8. 4 and an 1/8. But first I want a little bit of how much of a lip am I gonna use? Am I gonna fold it back in on itself? Because that requires additional. I'm just gonna go with, should I do 1 inch? And then I would be here. And then another inch will bring me here. I should be able to do it with the scrap. Okay. So I'll score it 1 inch around. So now I want to go to, so I want 4 and an 1/8. If you add 1 inch, that's 5 and an 1/8. That's my box lid. And then another inch is 6 and an 1/8. Let's see if this is gonna make it. So I'm gonna go here now and bring it all the way down so I know I'm lined up. And I'm gonna score at 1 inch. I'm gonna go to the 5 and an 1/8. We're just gonna do the same thing as we did last time. And then the other inch is 6 and an 1/8. So I got it. I got it. That sounds surprised. I could have even done a fold over. What I mean by fold over is if I add another 1/2 inch or inch to each side, and then you fold 1 inch in, and you get that double, but then I would have needed more probably than that 1/8 of an inch also. I can show you that. Maybe when we do the real Chabella one, I'll do that. Okay. Right now I'm just cutting it out. So what size is this paper? I cut it a little big here. Like I said, this is more of a trial than anything, so now I'm going to do the same thing with these corners. Right. I like to do that windmill thing. That way not all the bulk is on 1 or 2 sides. Kind of spreads it out. So then when you fold this in, and you can neaten it up also. This comes like this. So for some reason my inch is not the same. But a good thing to do is to take a little bit off here. And that just neatens it up. And then again, I just like to go from one corner to the other. Oh, that was backwards. That's all right. So I'm going to get my glue. And I don't want to have to be holding this while I'm putting the other one together. Sometimes I do hold it for a while just to make sure, but because we're doing the video, I got my firework card made. And what I ended up doing to do the fireworks, where is that? I have one messed up attempt, but the fireworks turned out okay. And I don't see it. You don't see what I did with it. So what I ended up doing, because the glue was coming out of that bottle too fast, maybe because that glue is real thin, I just put some glue down, some of that liquidy glue, and then I used a very, very small paintbrush and painted the glue on, and it seemed to work best that way. Okay. So, there's the lid done. I'm gonna need my cutting. So, now these should all measure 4 by 4. So, now we have to do our mats, which I'm going to bring about 1/4 of an inch smaller than, or should it be more than that? 1/4 of an inch. So 3 3/4. I'm afraid that's going to have me losing way too much. Oh, did I do 2 3/4? No, that's 3 3/4. I almost did that. So 3 3/4. Three 3/4. Okay. Gotta do that twice. 3 3/4 again. It might be a little bit bigger. I'm gonna try doing spooky for me, but I'm gonna try doing 2 at a time. That way I get done here sooner, because like I said, these videos get too long and I feel like Nobody wants to watch them that long. I just got to make sure they go all the way up to the edge, that back one. It's scary for me because, you know, I'm the one that can't cut straight, even on a trimmer. There's got to be a trimmer for dummies or something, you know. So there's these 3 3/4. Let's see. So they're all in here like that. That one's bigger. So we do that. All right. So we have these done. Now 3 3/4, and I have to figure out what I'm going to do with this because I have to figure out where I want the cuts at. Because where do you want to take your piece off? You want your piece off at this side, top, bottom, what? Okay, I'm going to say I want the piece that's going to be short up here and over here. So I'm going to come this way, I guess, to start. 3 3/4. Let me see where I want to go. 3. I'm just going to go 3 1/2, I guess. And let's see what that does. How much I'm going to miss. 3 1/2, 9, 10. 10 1/2, so I'll miss 1 1/2 inches. So 3 1/2. Three and a half. And 3 1/2. Now, you might not want to take off the sides because you might have something on both sides that you want to keep. So you might say, oh no, I need to lose a 1/2 inch here and a 1/2 inch here or whatever. Then you need to figure out how much of the paper you're keeping, where you're keeping it at, and how much is going to go. So how much are you going to lose, and cut that off where you want it cut off there. That makes sense. So if I didn't have good sides, I would want to cut a little bit off of this side and a little bit off of that side, but I would need to know how big my paper needs to be so that I know how much to cut off of each side. If that makes sense. Okay, and then I want the bottoms. The other thing that can be tough is keeping it in order. So 3 1/2. Three and a half. And 3 1/2. You don't have to do all the mats and borders either if you don't want to. So that you're putting the sheets right on it, just taking a little bit off. That makes sense. With this paper, I don't mind it. You know, I had the extra to spare to do it, so. I am kind of sad about losing that green ink spot on the top because I thought that was going to be cute. Oh well. And if I'm doing it wrong, I'm sure somebody's out there screaming, "No, Lori, no. No, 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 not like that." Good thing is I'm not losing all the leaf. Because that would look kind of sad if the tree was just branches, right? Alright, so now we gotta lay them out. And I want to keep these 3 piles separate. Can you see all the inking I did with blue yesterday? Glue. Hopefully my paper don't stick to that. Alright, so for speed's sake, it's kind of hard. I'm not getting my head over it. So excuse me if I'm not lined up completely, please. Oh, what I should have done is twisted it, right? That way I can see what I'm doing better. It's not so far away from me. We try to keep them lined up together. We are almost done with this box already. Not too bad. Okay. And I'm going to try to keep it lined up. I have a crop tonight, and once a month, on like the first Tuesday of the month, she does it. And it's such a nice group of women, and I enjoy it so much. And you know, if you're interested at scrapbooking, it's Creative Memories, just go to their website, and where it says shop, where you shop, it offers like advisors, and just look for one and see if you can find. Not all of them, that's the thing about it. Some of them are only advisors, so they get a discount. But you want one that's pretty active, so you know you can always call the one, and hopefully the person above her is active, you know, and then find a crop or something. We have fun. That didn't go on very straight, did it? I don't think I'm getting it off either. Oh, I am getting it off. Very good. Oh, good. That was not straight. Okay. Now I got my scene, so I need to lay my scene out. So this might be the middle. Was this the middle? It could be the end. Uh-oh. Okay, I was right. There's the building. And there we go. See how you can still see the picture? It's still there. We still have our picture. We haven't lost it. This actually is really cute with this farm paper, I think anyways. Let's kind of line it up. Now you can see if you have smaller mats, your pictures are going to come together better, right? So like I said, you don't even really just ran out, did I? There we go. Get that re-going there. But if you, you don't have to have the mats, right? You could just put it straight on the red. Now, I would still trim it some because you don't really want it interfering with your folds. That one doesn't necessarily look straight either. We know how I am with straight. I swear I gotta get one of those T-squares. And then I don't ever get it. And I don't think it's like an expensive thing, but the other thing we need to talk about, my phone has decided to have a mind all its own. And I get messages when I get messages. And sometimes I'm fortunate and I get them the same day, and sometimes I get them and it's days later. So I don't know what the deal is. So if I don't comment to your comments or something, you send me an email or whatever, know that what did I do? What did I do here? That definitely goes this way. Is this one wrong? What did I do? Okay, this goes this way. This one isn't right. Is it? It can't be. Uh-oh. There we go. I just put it on upside down. But that doesn't make sense with that cloud either. This cloud here. No. No. Oh, what have I done? These line up. So, I don't know. Oh, maybe the line for the cloud. I don't know. There we go. Oh, when this decides to act up, boy. I know one of you knows what's going on with this. That's got to be it. It's got to be like that. For some reason, this doesn't look right. This, you can kind of see it does. I don't know, but there we go. So here's our box. All right, so when you fold it up and in, up and in, up and in, up and in. Here's the top. Okay, up and in, up and in, up and in, up and in. And you actually can put something in there with all these sides and everything. The mats and layers, it's pretty sturdy. Okay, and then the lid goes on. That's why you want to give it an extra 1/8 of an inch, is because of all the folding in makes it, you know, thicker than you know, just the size of the box. You want to give it a little extra anyways, because if you don't, it's not going to go over your box. It's just going to fit on top of it anyways. Okay, so somebody gets your box, right? They open it, and there they go. They see the picture. There's the picture, whatever you want inside. You can put something decorative in there. I would use it for a gift, a small gift. Now, the other thing is, we can still decorate the outside. And you can use both sides, which is what I'm thinking of doing with the Aesop's Fables, is doing 2 fables in it, right? And 9 pieces. So then you have to decide. Let me show you. Let me grab another piece of this paper. And I'll just do the cookbook. Not really. No. No. This. Okay. I'll use this. I think. Let me check this other paper here. Let's see what we have. Those roosters are so cute. Oh, this is different paper. Okay. That's different paper. That's not the kitchen paper. So we'll use this one. Okay, so first I have to take off this thing here. Let me do it. Let me stretch this out the whole length. Okay. So I do still want somewhat of a mat. So I'm just going to go a little bit below the 4. Just this 1/8 of an inch below. Just a little bit. Okay. Just that 8. So all I'm going to be getting rid of is a very small part. Three-eighths. That's all I'm going to be getting rid of. See? Is that on the 4? Did I? I needed to cut a little bit more off of that one. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Right? Now the reason I cut off the side I cut off was because I wanted to keep as much of this as I could. I know it's silly, but I just kind of liked that ad, so that was why I cut off where I cut off. Everybody will have their own reasons. You'll have your own. You might not care. All right. So now I can bring these in. I don't know. Basically, all I did was cut off enough so that it doesn't mess up my score lines, and I might not have even cut off enough for that, even now that it's here. That's odd. I know that was my middle section, bottom, top. You just kind of got to put it together like a puzzle. See how that looks? And here we go again with this tape. Let's see. I'm not really gonna have room to be crooked here. I guess I took a video that didn't have to be that long and made it long, but nobody needed to stay to watch this part if they weren't interested anyway, so. But you'll get to see the whole finished box, so I guess that's all right. Well, I haven't decorated the lid. Let's see how the pieces are. Pictures are closer together, so you keep a little more of that. Sometimes this tape, it's a matter of pressing down harder, and that's ugh. See, that's crooked. Can't believe this is coming off so nice. Usually it sticks. There we go. That's a little better. I don't know which one's crooked or off, but one of them is. Maybe not. Maybe it just looks like it from this angle. Yeah. My fingers want to stick to it. There we go. So, oh, I didn't think about directional. That might be a thing. See, now that other paper's on here, it's harder to get that lid on. But when we open it, and when they open it, if they flip it over, so it's actually reversible. Here, I'm giving you a... Well, this paper is really thick, and with all these layers and stuff on here, it is a whole different feel. So it's actually reversible, right? We could use whichever side we want to. All right, so I'm not going to go into the... I guess I could do decorating the lid, but I'm not. I wasn't planning on it, and I mean, I could use any one of these papers from the set that... You know, this is very directional, but it could work. You have enough paper there. I wouldn't want to use this on that. This could be very cute. It's also directional. Might be too busy though. Yeah. No stoves. I don't know about that. I don't know. Probably would use something. Oh, that would be really cute. That would be really cute. That's the other side of the rooster, so could we do like the roosters on top and then the dots on the sides? Would that be too much? Maybe just the dots? I don't know. But I'm not going to decorate the top. I'm going to leave it like it is. Red barn. Right? Red barn. Red barn. All right, everybody. Feeling silly today for some reason, but that's okay. That can be a good thing. All right, there we go. Exploding box. So, something you need to think about with the Ciao Fables collection. I think this could be a very good idea. I don't know about it being upside down, though. Parts of it. But, like I said, it's reversible. It would have the fable on it. It could be very cute. All right, everybody. If you like my video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for joining me. And I hope you join me again. Bye bye now.